Discussion on the transformer. Transformer is most important electrical apparatus leading to the popularity of the AC system. Transformer is being used in various sizes for various purposes. For power system, it is not uncommon to have a transformer of 100 MVA, 500 MVA ratings. It is also part and parcel of our day-to-day life. Typical examples are the mobile charger and the television sets. Without giving note to the transformer, we have been using it in our households. The moderate rating transformer can easily be identified in our proximity while say visiting the nearby substation. We will be dealing the technical aspects where say the introduction, working as principle and the constructional details will be covered. We will be coming out to the operational aspects. So first the ideal transformer will be discussed, then the assumptions which are made in the ideal transformer operation that will be accounted. So it is given the nomenclature of the practical transformer, that particular will be covered, the equivalent circuit will be developed, then the phasor developments for the analysis of the transformer which we have used previously in our AC circuit. So on those lines the phasor development will be carried out for different type of loads including the resistive RL RC loads. We will be making some approximations in the exact equivalent circuit to come out with the approximate equivalent circuits referred to the primary or the secondary, that particular will be covered. The voltage regulation is an important quality parameter for the electrical devices. So that definition, the corresponding derivation of the formula, etc., that particular will also be covered. Losses and efficiency, that particular will be covered to find out the efficiency, maximum efficiency, how it is getting affected by the loading level, power factor level, etc., that particular will be covered. Test on the transformer will be carried out to find out the losses, efficiency, you can say to find out the equivalent circuit parameters. In that way you can also calculate the voltage regulation and so on. So that particular will be covered. Our discussion will be restricted to the single phase transformer. This particular diagram is illustrating the structure of generation, transmission and distribution network. Let's say the 500 MVA is being generated at the 11 kV. When say this high power is evacuated at this low voltage of 11 kV, the I square R losses involved in the transmission line will be significant because the lines are running over hundreds or thousands of kilometers. Another difficulty, to have a mechanical support structure to support the heavy conductor which is to be used to transmit the large amount of current. So to facilitate that, the power is converted at a high voltage level by the step up transformer. So because of this step up arrangement, the current level reduces and therefore the transportation of this power becomes convenient likewise. However, this high voltage power cannot be used as it is. So depending on the requirement of the customer, it is converted to the different level, like say the 33 kV for the substations, typically 11 kV for a large primary customer. Even say the household domestic supplier users are getting 440 volt or the 230 volts. So the 440 volt is a three phase arrangement, 230 volt is a single phase arrangement. So this is only the illustration. However, when say the power is coming up to the household level, we are going for at least 2-3 stages of conversion where say the voltage level is changed from one to the other level. So as mentioned that the purpose of the transformer is to change the voltage level without changing the frequency. These two are the electrical coil. So on this particular say the left side and the right side coils, they are electrically separated. However, the transfer of energy takes place because of this magnetic flux which is confined within the core. So the magnetic field is the coupling media, likewise, which is facilitating the transfer of energy. Being the static device, it is having the highest efficiency among the power appliances. So the typically the efficiency value for the large rating transformer is 98-99% or so. This has been invented by Nikola Tesla, who is also instrumental in the invention of the induction motor and even conceptualizing the AC system. So typically the transformer is represented by a two winding arrangement. So this is one winding primary, say this is the secondary winding, they are coupled on the magnetic core and so on. When say we are giving the AC input to one of the winding, there will be a current. Because of this particular current, there will be MMF and the flux. This flux is confining to the core. So this particular flux is linking to the secondary winding, which is giving rise to the induced EMF in the secondary. Whenever say the load is connected to the secondary, there will be a current. So this particular is a simple process. Transformer is further explained with this illustration. Input is given to a winding, which is giving rise to a current. Because of the current, there will be MMF in the primary winding. This flux is linking to the secondary winding, giving rise to the induced EMF in the secondary winding. When say the load is connected, it is giving rise to the current. As say the windings are electrically separated but magnetically coupled, so the transfer of energy from one circuit to the other takes place because of the electromagnetic induction. This is also regarded as the transformer action. Now we have to revisit the main components. So we have listed out or discussed some of the things previously, like say the laminated core and the winding. Insulation is also referred. So in addition to these three components, there are say the other components which are not part of the every transformer, but they are part of the typical power system transformer. These particular are the transformer wire, tape changer, conservator, breather, cooling, Buchholz relay and explosion vents. This particular is illustration of the three-phase power transformer, because the high power is transmitted in a three-phase system, not on a single phase one. So we will be referring or revisiting these particular components in brief in the coming slides. The transformer core, as shown here, transformer core, it is made of laminated structures. Lamination means it is a thin sheets. The objective is to reduce the eddy currents. So just to understand this particular, let's say previously in a solid structure, the eddy currents are confined to the large area. Now because of the thin laminations, the eddy currents will be confined to the reduced area or a smaller area. So because of this smaller area, the resistance to the eddy current increases, which is leading to the reduction in the eddy current's value and the reduction in the eddy current losses. So that particular is one aspect. Another aspect that this magnetic core is also providing the mechanical support to the transformer. Beyond this mechanical support, the objective is to provide the low reluctance path to the flux. So this particular reluctance is analogous to the resistance in the electrical circuits. So when say the reluctance is low, it will be a convenient path or media to the magnetic flux. This particular is also made of the high grade CRGO silicon steel. So in this, the silicon is added to reduce the hysteresis loss, where say the CRGO stands for the cold rolled grain oriented. So in this, the laminations are cutted along the rolling directions. Transformer binding, as we know that the aluminum and the copper are the two conducting materials which can be utilized for various purposes. However, for the winding purposes, the copper is preferred because of the two reasons. It is having say the high conductivity and high ductility. So the high conductivity is supporting the modularity of the transformer, that includes the size, weight and the volume. Where say the high ductility supports the mechanical manufacturing, or you can say bending of the transformer winding around the core. These particular windings can be regarded as the high voltage winding or the low voltage winding. As the name suggests, the high voltage is having the higher voltage level, and say the corresponding current level will be low. So the high voltage winding is made of thin conductors but large number of turns. Correspondingly, the low voltage winding is made of thick conductors and the lower number of turns. We can also be referring the winding sometimes as the primary or secondary, but there is no restriction that high voltage winding be referred as primary or secondary, or similarly there is no restriction on the low voltage. So the primary and the secondary terms sometimes we will be using while say dealing the analysis of the transformer. Otherwise, in practical cases, it be referred as the high voltage and the low voltage winding. The windings can be of two types, concentric or the interleaved structure. So this particular is only the limb, which is a section of the mechanical core. So the concentric means it is a cylindrical winding. So first we will be placing the low voltage winding on the limb. So this particular winding is separated by the insulation. On the say low voltage winding, we will be placing the concentric high voltage winding. So there is also a separation of the low voltage and high voltage winding by the insulation. So in this particular case of concentric winding, the insulation requirement will be between the core and the low voltage winding, between the low voltage and the high voltage winding, and therefore it is suggesting that the insulation requirement is low. This particular will be clear when say we will be discussing the interleaved winding as well. In case of interleaved winding, instead of having say the full winding, the winding is made in terms of the concentric disc, likewise small discs. So these particular discs are sandwiched in the form low voltage, high voltage, low voltage, high voltage, and so on. So in this you will be seeing that there will be insulation requirement between the core and low voltage and the core and the high voltage. So because of this reason, the core and the high voltage, the interleaved winding requires little higher insulation. Make it clear, make a comparison. Here say the insulation is between the low voltage and the high voltage winding. So insulation requirement basically depends on the difference of the voltage level as such, and that's why the insulation requirement is low in concentric and high in the interleaved winding. There are say the different type of insulations which are used in the transformers. So we are seeing in say the smaller or modular size of the transformer, other are coming out to be specifically for the power transformer. But the intention of the insulation is to provide first the electrical separation, and the another purpose is to have a cooling. So electrical separation is needed for all type of transformer, whether that is of a small rating or so, that we have seen that the core is say the laminations are separated by the insulating materials. However, the cooling is used specifically for the large power transformer. So the materials which are used, that is of the insulating paper and the cardboard and the transformer wire. Transformer wire is having a specific purpose of providing the cooling in addition to the insulation. Now the operation of this conservator breather and the book hose relay has to be understood, but these particular components are typically part of the large power system, not for the small or moderate rating transformer. So previously we discussed that the transformer is having the highest efficiency, and that efficiency is ranging from 98 to 99%. But when say the size or the rating of the transformer is increasing, even say 1 or 2% losses are resulting into a very huge amount of heat. So because of that heat generation, there will be an increase in the temperature of the transformer oil, and that will be experiencing a expansion, and when say the temperature reduces, it will be experiencing a contraction. So there has to be a provision to facilitate this expansion of the oil when say the temperature is increased. And another object that in under any circumstances this oil should not be in contact of the air which is containing the moisture. So, you can say the conservator, this particular is a tank half filled with the oil and half filled with the moisture free air. So, when say the temperature increases and the oil expands, this goes into this conservator tank and the air is coming out from say this particular breather. However, when say the temperature reduces, oil has to go back to the transformer tank, so the breather is sucking the air. But to eliminate the moisture, this breather is fitted with a silica gel crystal. So the purpose of the silica gel crystal is to remove the air. Otherwise, when say the moisture is coming out to be in contact with the transformer oil, it will be having a contaminated arrangement and the deterioration will be much faster. So this moisture has to be eliminated anyhow. And we will be having say the Buchholz relay, which is a gas actuated relay likewise. So these particular are discussed here. Say the conservator is to allow oil to expand and contract with the temperature. Breather, it is to suck the moisture of the air entering into the conservator. It is fitted with the silica gel crystals and whose color changes from blue to the pink after absorbing the air. So whenever say we are seeing that the color is coming out to be pink, the silica gel crystals are replaced. As mentioned that the Buchholz relay is a gas actuated relay. It is able to make a distinction between the normal temperature rise and the gas emitted because of say the excessive temperature rise arising due to the internal fault. So it is also sometimes suggested that it is used to provide the internal protection against the internal faults. The tape changer. So here say the simple tapings are provided on one side of the transformer, other side is not having the tapings. So because of the change in the taping levels, you can say the transformer ratio changes and so the voltage on the other side can be changed likewise. Now the tapings can be on the offline or the online arrangement, which is not to be discussed, or you can say that is beyond our scope of discussion. But one point which is to be recollected, that the tapings are provided on the high voltage sides. So the purpose of providing the tapings on the high voltage side is that high voltage side is carrying the lower amount of current. So when say the taping is changed, it is basically a break and make arrangement. So the lower current is resulting into the lower value of spark or losses. Explosion vents, that is to expel boiling transformer oil during heavy internal fault. So it is a mechanical arrangement. The cooling tubes are also provided to facilitate the oil circulation, and this particular is to have a cooling objective, and we can facilitate by it can be a natural cooled or the force cooled circulation. So in the force cooled arrangement, another fan and motor arrangements is worked out likewise. Now there are say the two structure, one is the cell type structure and another one is the core type structure. So in the cell type arrangement, what we are seeing that this particular winding is placed, interleaved windings are placed on the central limb. When say these windings are on the central limb, the flux which is generated is divided half on say the right side and half on the left side. So this particular is basically suggesting the operation that it is having a mean core length lower, where say the mean winding turn length is high. Therefore, it is suited for the low voltage application. So because say the bindings are to be bound on the central limb, which is thicker one, and that is the reason to have the mean winding turn length higher. As mentioned that when say the interleaved structure is there, it is requiring a higher amount of insulation likewise. However, it is providing the better mechanical support because the bindings are placed on say the central layer. Core type structure, this particular is having a concentric binding, half on one side and half on the other side likewise. However, the same flux is linking whole of the core. So, you can say the magnetic flux in this is uniform. The mean core length is larger because that is to carry the full flux in comparison to the cell type which was carrying the half of the flux on one side. However, the mean winding turn length is low. So, because of this concentric nature of the winding, the insulation requirement is low. Because of the better scope of the insulation, this is suited for the high voltage applications. So, as a summary, the laminated core, windings and insulations are integral to each of the transformer. The conservator breather and Buchholz relay are part of the power transformer. Buchholz relay is a gas actuated relay, provides protection against internal faults. The core type transformer is better suited for the EHV or high voltage applications, where say the cell type transformer provides better maintenance supports. The laminations are used to reduce the eddy current losses, where say the high grade silicon steel is used to reduce the hysteresis loss. Next, we will be discussing the ideal transformer operation. Thanks.